Second half at Norfolk State, South Carolina set up 27-2. Coach, how do you not get complacent in the locker room?
Well, you know these guys can come back on you, and all of these games are in doubt until the very end, so you got to make sure that you come back with a real vengeance. And, you know, we get started there pretty good. Here you see Antoine Carr getting his hand on Dennis Brown and getting him down, and that actually stops that drive, and then we get the football back. And we started off here with Malcolm, a little play where we read the inside zone, and the backside of the zone, we blocking in a way where Matt Washington comes free. And then we get down for a nice gain, and then we come back to Matt again, and Matt's really a big part of our program, and he's a graduate student. You know, he's finished school. He was the smartest guy on our team last year. And, you know, we've got him doing all kinds of things, and especially
73 yards on Saturday.
Right, and you wouldn't believe what kind of great block that was by Will Ford. And then, you know, we run a little throwback play here to Terry Smith, and we score, and then we really get the second half started off with a bang by getting it down and getting it in the end zone.
And you see what Terry Smith does with the football after he scores a touchdown, gives it to the official, point after touchdown, good. 34-2, South Carolina stayed up, and now Dennis Brown exclusively in the shotgun and a 5-wide receiver set. Ronell Ferguson, congratulations.
Ronell has had a tremendous game here. I think he comes around here eventually and causes a fumble too. So, you know, he's not only, you know, a defensive lineman that can play the run, but he can transition into a pass game too, and that's tough for him to do. And, you know, this was their only touchdown of the game. You know, both our guys were going for the ball. Somehow or another, they're running into each other and, you know, knock each other off, and they get it in for a score, and then they get a 2-point conversion on it.
P.J. Hayden on that reception. Jeremy Wicker on the 2-point conversion. 34-10, South Carolina State leading with 3:06 to go in this football game. But again, it was a game that South Carolina State wasn't going to be denied. And check out Trey Young on this kickoff return.
And if he can maneuver a little bit, Aaron Norwood has a nice block there for him. And, you know, if he could have gotten back inside that thing, he might have gone to the house.
Big return for Trey Young. Now, Derek Wiley at quarterback, Derek Wiley. And, of course, this was not one of the better plays of the day.
No, it wasn't. Derek kind of got discombobulated a little bit or something there and throws the ball away. But then you see Ronell Ferguson there. Ronell hits the ball as as Dennis is trying to throw it here. And I think Matt Key comes up with the football from under the pile there.
And you see Jason Ayers coming from the opposite side. And Jason, I think, is one with the hand right there.
You're
and
right.
then Ronell Ferguson runs into Jason.
You're exactly right. And that knock each other out. They almost don't.
They laid out for a little while there as the third quarter ends. 34-10, South Carolina State leading going into the fourth quarter. Bulldogs in a field goal situation. We talked about Blake Erickson. What a great game for him.
Tell you what now, it's a big part of your team that pretty much know that you got some sure points when you get inside 40 yards. So Blake's gotten himself to the point now where we get some real confidence in him.
And Blake, of course, kicked it with confidence yesterday. Dennis Brown scrambling, trying to pick up some yardage, and a good open field tackle there for South Carolina State.
Yeah, that's Latarius Douglas, and Kristen Thompson is getting a chance to make some plays there for us also.
They throw it out in the flank to D'Angelo Branch, and they get some pretty good yardage here. Sammy McDuffie coming back making a tackle.
Yeah, I wish Sammy had made that play earlier, but, you know, he made a nice job of continuing to hustle. And you see Julius and I think Phillip Adams and all those guys there, you know, they just kind of close on the football in a hurry.
Markway Hamlin also getting some playing time yesterday. And again, Coach, I go back and talk about this offense. Derek Wiley comes back in and does get some positive stuff done with Devin Wary out of the backfield.
Right, he does. He throws a nice little ball out here to Devin. And, you know, Devin catches the ball extremely well.
Bulldogs in a punting situation. This is a beautiful job here. I think this was indeed Erickson again.
And what's really nice here is that you see Nate Smith just kind of throws his body in there, and Phillip Adams and some of the rest of the guys really get and make a nice play here.
You look at the tail of the tape, so to speak, for South Carolina State. Total offense, 335 yards. Malcolm, 17 of 26 for the Bulldogs. Only interception, the one thrown by Derek Wiley. So pretty good day running the football as well.
It was. We can run the football a little bit. We got to do that better. But as long as they keep loading the box like this, we'll continue to have to throw the ball. And deep balls will eventually get them off so we can get our run game going again.
You go back to the Farm Bureau drive of the game. It happened in the first half for South Carolina State when the Bulldogs needed to get something going offensively. Malcolm Long, I think this was one of his better games. Had a great game last week, but a good game against Norfolk State.
And what makes this possible is the fact that he kind of knows where people are. You know, he does a nice job of hitting match Matt on a conversion situation there. He comes back here. Dwayne's in good position to catch the football, and then we finally get the deep ball here, which is the ball to Trey Young down at about their 2-3 yard line.
And that is your Farm Bureau Insurance drive of the game, culminating with Malcolm taking it into the end zone. We'll take a time out here on the Buddy Pough Show. When we come back, we will tell you what is up next for your South Carolina State Bulldogs.
And everyone's a regular.
All right, the Fats Cafe Fats Facts, looking at what happened Saturday for the MEAC. Miami, a huge win over Florida A&M. Hampton, no problem with Howard. Delaware State going down to defeat the Bethune-Cookman, and North Carolina A&T losing to Morgan State. Up next for South Carolina State, of course, the Florida A&M Rattlers in Orangeburg, coach, and it's a pretty good football team that everybody talks about. Is I guess our closest nemesis, so to speak, right now.
Oh, I guarantee you, Florida A&M's the big cat out there right now, and you know everybody talks about the Pulley kid at quarterback and the Leroy Van guy, you know, returning kicks and punts and that kind of stuff. So, you know, it'll be a real exciting game in Orangeburg this coming Saturday.
Okay, the game starts at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Don't forget about the Game Zone. Bulldog fans, remember you have to get your tickets early. There'll be plenty of outlets around the stadium. Game Zone is something that I think worked real well against the Winston-Salem State. 16,000 fans for the home opener. And
this is Youth Day this Saturday, and we're expecting 20-some-odd thousand. Hopefully this place is going to be full. And, you know, we need to show these Florida A&M fans how you actually go about getting involved in a football game. So let's get out and really get there early and see if we can get after these guys.
Get there early, a little patience in the line to get into the stadium, because it takes a little bit of time, but it's all worth it when we get in the game. It's got a packed stadium and an empty parking lot. Keys to the win next week, Coach.
Hey, we got to stop their game, of their return game, and then we got to continue on offense to really move the football and let our defense do their thing.
All right, folks, you're looking forward to seeing you Saturday, 2 o'clock kickoff down at the Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium when the Bulldogs take on the Rattlers of Florida A&M, and, of course, next week right here on the Buddy Pough Show.